I'd have to say that, back in the 20s when everybody started coming to Las Vegas, where the different cultures came in on the West, is where they put the African American and Hispanics. And as time passed and they've nurtured this Westside, it grew, coming in with churches and the praise of God. And everybody, they made it their community, a community where everybody was proud to be part of Las Vegas, where the entertainers back in the 50s and 60s, they had to come to the West Side at the Moulin Rouge where, they relaxed. Then you guys go on to the 80s where you had more, where the gangs and crime started taking over. And then now that we're into the 2000s, the neighborhood has just really changed. The culture has changed. The people, I think, have grown together of different nationalities and made it historically great over here. 15, 20 years ago, people were afraid to come on the West Side. They figured they'd get robbed or something bad would happen to them. But the neighborhood's changed. I love it over here. I see people walking up and down the streets now that you probably didn't see 20 years ago because of the fear they had of something happened to them. But it's a different neighborhood because it's more of a community, a neighborhood that tries to stick together. And we're sort of like the black sheep of the
Valley.
Everything that bad happens over here, they want to report it. This happened, but stuff that happens on the other side, you don't hear as much.
Let's hear it for Sheriff Tim Kelly. Thank you so much, sir, for your time and coming out and helping us.
When you turn around and you look at the amount of people out here, the amount of kids, the amount of work that these guys did is absolutely phenomenal. When you look at the community support that they are providing to the citizens here, it's absolutely amazing. I'm very, very proud of Captain Plummer and his crew.
So far, so good. We're getting the kids to start to show up. Parents are showing up with their kids. Kids are getting fitted for the uniforms. As you can see in the background, there's kids practicing, warming up. It's just exciting, to see the kids and just kind of sense that energy in the air.
And why is it important to bring Little League Baseball to Doolittle Field?
Well, when you look around and you see the kids, that's a long-lasting impact on those young minds. So that as they grow older, they understand that the police are here to assist, to help, but more importantly, to be a part of the community that they live in. That's the most important part of all of this. All those young kids out there, this will be a long-lasting effect on them as they grow up and understand that the police are here to help and to support them.
For years and years, we've struggled with that community relationship, and we've done a lot of hard work over the years. And it's evident in our community. All the strife that you're seeing occurring across the United States, you're not seeing occurring here in the Las Vegas community. But it's something that you have to continue on a continual basis. It's a lot of hard work. And the important piece is, in public safety, we're only successful with the help of the community. If we try to have them separated from us and we say we can do it on our own, we're going to fail. And that's been proven in other jurisdictions. So we realized that early on, and so all the years and years of legwork we've done, you don't see occurring in the Las Vegas Valley like you see in the rest of the United States. But people get bored, they get distracted, they forget about what you did before, they want to know what you're doing for us lately. And the Little League is a perfect example. This is what we're doing for you now. It's always troublesome for me when I go into a restaurant and wearing a police uniform and the parents say, hey, stop screwing around or that guy's going to take you to jail. So they have that inherent fear of the police when they're growing up. And it's important in any aspect, even if it's baseball or anything they do in their life and when they go to school or what they do in their daily lives. When you have an interaction with a police officer, it should be positive. The police officers are your friends, basically, and I think it's good to start young and to have the police officers participate outside of their normal function, you know, like that fear that you're going to take my dad to jail kind of attitude. Police officers are people in the community too. They're just like you and I. So they're your neighbor, they're your friend, and I think it's important to have that public safety environment associated with any sports league, but also have people perceive the police officers as members of the community, just like you are.
Guys, out of the batter's way. Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah!
All right, here we go. You ready? Turn your body a little more. Here we go. Let's see a practice swing. What's up? There it is. But you got to look at the ball, though, okay? Don't look. Ready? Here we go.
Oh, can't get your arms extended. So when you see the ball coming here, get the bat moving. Out here.
So here's what we'll do. We'll try you out at first base, okay? You know how to catch? Okay, so it's gonna be nice and easy. We'll keep you at first. If the ball gets hit, all you're gonna do is just stand there, catch the ball, and then just tag them out, okay? Nice and easy. Cool with that? Good? Good?
Let her have one more. Okay, I promise. Come on. Yeah, mama. Come on now. You got already? Woo! There we go. Come on, man. I'm sorry. Second base!
As I'm out there watching the kids practice and play, you can see the kids looking over to the stands at their mom or dad that's over there either taking pictures or making a little video of them. And you can just see the change in their face and in their attitudes that they want to make mom and dad proud. So they're out there and they're going to do their best. So it's very, very important. If the kid sees their mom and dad out there, it just makes it that much more proud to be part of something.
Oh, that means everything. It's I remember when I was younger when my brothers played Little League, only what's called the Aaron Williams Baseball League, and they played at Doolittle. And as we got older, you know, everybody grow up and they go their own ways, but to be able to bring baseball back after 7 years back to the community that I grew up and I love so much, that's near and dear to me because some of the kids in the community now get a chance to experience some of the excitement that I grew up watching. Even though I didn't play, it was predominantly boys back then, but now to be able to see it come around again and to have girls participate, it's exciting. Well, as we remember from the girls, that girl from the pitcher from Chicago, it gives little girls hope. It gives them the big picture of thinking that of knowing they can do it, that they can do sports like boys can, they compete. And not just that, boys accept girls now in sports when they play because the competitive now, they feed off each other. So it's exciting to see that come to the community. I think when you do organized sports, you learn camaraderie and you also get discipline because a team is not a one-person sport. When you're in a team, everybody has to pull their own weight, and you can only be as strong as your weakest link. So when people get together and they do sports and they organize a team, it makes all the kids, they have to come up to a certain bar to be on the team. So that's what's going to be the good part about this. See all this team, all the practice come together, see the kids come together, and to be at a mark where they can go out and compete and be competitive. I think it's setting them up for a big, big future and for success. Because what they're learning today will last them for the rest of their lives because your character will determine who you are and people will see you at if they don't know anything else about you, they know your character and your character normally speaks before you and it goes before you. So it's a good thing to have a strong character and to be able to play those kind of sports. You have to have character because when you're not going to always win. When things go wrong or things happen, you can't just say, I quit and walk away. So I think this is where we really get a chance to develop their character to make them stronger so they can have successful lives.
Success. Character leads you to success. You know, when an employer is evaluating you, when you're going to purchase a house, your character comes into play, whether you have good credit, bad credit, whether you have job history. Character hits in all aspects of your life as you move forward. People don't want to associate with people with poor character. They want to know they can trust you. They want to know they can shake your hand and trust what you say you're saying. So that boils down to everything. We have a set of values with the police department, and character is one of the key components of that value system.
Probably the most important thing is about teamwork and about understanding rules, understanding discipline, structure. When kids are provided structure and discipline, it makes them successful individuals. What they learn in school is then reinforced on the baseball fields. Hopefully the same thing's reinforced at home. So by structure, understanding that you don't win at every chance you play, that there's sometimes you will lose, and understanding what it's like to not be the best at times, understanding what it takes to dust yourself off and get back in the game and play a little harder the next time and to try to become better individuals. The game of baseball, like with any organized sports, teaches camaraderie, team building, leadership skills are developed from that, and then it's a sense of belonging to something other than, if you will, gangs. It's a team. Being part of this baseball league is it's part of family, and that's really what we want to instill here in Bolden Little League. That's our job as coaches, the president, police officers, and community to encourage kids to participate in baseball and to engage in team sports because it makes better people and builds better character.
If we don't keep our kids busy, if we don't have something for our kids to do, they will find something to do. And hopefully it won't be nothing negative. So with baseball or any sport, we have to keep our kids busy. And we have to keep our kids positive. Even with sports, we talk to the kids a lot about their school. They have to really do good in their academics because it goes hand in hand with sports. You know, you have to be well in your academics at school in order to play. So I think that if we don't have something for the kids to do, they'll find something to do. And that's what we don't want. We want them to do something positive.
You know, the idle hands are the devil's workshop, correct? So participating in anything, especially in a sports competition and breeding that, building that character. I think sports builds character exponentially. You know, if you're on your own playing video games in your house, it's hard for you to build that character. You're not interacting with other folks. You're in a cyber world per se, and you're not having that sense of community. You're not having that understanding what's taking place in your community. So being out amongst the other kids, that level of competition, that sense of community, and the ability to get to know people in different professions, especially the police department, because I'm biased to the police department, obviously. We know through that process, your character will be developed. And hopefully you don't stray off those railroad tracks and go the wrong direction. You continue in the same direction, and then one day, hopefully we're going to be able to hire you. Because it's a great profession, and you won't have that fear or that unknown when you apply for the job, because you'll know what we do.
So would you like that to be part of your legacy as being sheriff of Las Vegas, that it's like a pipeline instead of the so-called pipeline to prison system, it's a pipeline to law enforcement? Is that what you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, those police, you know, there's a program that was brought way before me, you know, the police athletic leagues. What was the intent of that? The intent was to get kids out of that traditional lifestyle, getting influenced by gang members, getting influenced by crime, getting that peer influence in the wrong direction. It's just that, it's that path, that lifeline to go to another direction. And it gives you some insight in what could be good in life versus that fear in life.
What do you feel or what do you believe that you should see out of the league in the next 5 years?
Growth. We want to get big over here on this side of town. We want individuals to know that this is going to be something that we're in for the long haul, and that as we continue to grow and individuals in our community recognize that the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department is here to support the Westside and the individuals that live here, that's the whole goal, is to grow, to get more community support, get more community sponsors, and make this little league what it's supposed to be.
Having raised 3 kids myself, now having 3 grandkids, and having interacted with the children at violent crime scenes, you want kids to feel safe, and you want kids to understand that we as police officers aren't the bad people. You want to see kids be successful, and you see so much hope and challenge in these young people today that they can do whatever they want to do. Every Wednesday I go to Matt Kelly and interact with the kids during lunchtime, and you just see their eyes, open up wide when we walk in as a police officers. There's several of them that walk in there, and the kids remember my name. They ask me if I remember their name, and we have this dialogue. And before they leave, they want to give me a high five, or they want to just interact. And being a father and now being a grandfather, seeing kids succeed is really what I hope to leave. Is that Bolden Area Command or Bolden Little League Baseball was able to provide that foundation for kids to be successful. And then, in turn, 5, 10, 15 years when these kids are now adults, that they are doing the same thing, coaching baseball. They've come back to Bolden Little League, and they're helping to support baseball and the community.
And possibly joining the police force.
Absolutely, and that would probably be, that's an ideal, is to have them join the police force. As many that would want to become police officers or in public service, and teachers. I think if we have the kids that are in this community to see positive interactions with police, fire, teachers, I think that's what you see, they'll come back.
All right, then you'll pin it to me, yes.
Second base. There's a runner on second base and they hit the ball. Where's it going to go? Third base.
Thank you, Dave. Back last year, Mario approached me and said that he wanted to bring baseball back to back to the historic Westside. And I told him, sure, I'd jump on board and we can do it. I didn't realize I was going to jump on board as the president and take this on full time. But after doing this for the last year and a half, I really appreciate the hard work that goes into this community, from Little League, from the Black Police Officers Association, Latin Police Officers Association, and the men and women that work for me at Bolden Area Command. My COP team has been incredible in getting this thing up and running. Regina Coward, who's not here today, but Dave Watts, the coaches, Greg Anton, Dave Scheib, Will Heller have been a great, huge success of this. But I also want to thank the parents who brought their kids out and trusted Bolden Little League with your kids. And having the parents' support and the community support is a huge success. And this is the first year that baseball has been back over in Bolden in 7 years. And I truly believe that going forward, this is going to be a successful league for many years to come, even when I'm gone from Bolden Little League or from the police department, because I plan on being involved with Bolden Little League until the day I die. So I just want to thank everyone's commitment to this, and I think without Mario's help, we wouldn't be where we're at today. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Mario right now and let him do some introductions.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out today. Seeing the parents out there get involved with their kids is great. That's what we need. If we're going to steer our kids in the right direction, this is what we need to do. So thank you for coming out and bringing the kids out.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you, Captain Plummer. Mario, I don't know how much experience you guys have had over here in the West Side, but Mario, anytime we've asked for anything, any help, any sort of event, Mario steps up to the plate, and he is here Saturdays, Sundays, the middle of the night. He is truly dedicated to the community here in Bolden.
Baseball players, over here. Are you ready to play baseball? Yeah! Nah, that's not. The parents can't hear you. Are you ready to play baseball? Parents, are you ready to watch these kids play baseball? You gotta be louder than that. The kids are louder than that. Are you ready to watch the kids play baseball? All right, here we go. Famous words. Play ball!
This is going to be our first game. It's going to be, they're going to do a 90-minute max. It's a 5-run maximum. 5-run maximum. The kids, it's going to be a coach pitch, not a kid pitch this particular game. Kids are going to have a lot of fun.
Right the camera, okay? Ready?
Say cheese.
Our goal is bringing the kids together and see that we're all one, that we're all part of this community. And in sports and baseball, we can play together, we can eat together, and we can live together. I'd really like to see a lot more community partners come in and help. You know, we need help with when we're trying to set up concession stands. We need help when we're trying to get the kids together for practice. And the more community involvement we have, the better it is for our kids and the more kids that we'll bring in to baseball. Because it's like I say, you grow it as a community event. And what I mean by that is everybody gets together. So I think the community is very, very important to get involved, to help out. You know, we're always looking for volunteers and people to help us out. Well, I'm a strong believer that in the community that you do business, you ought to be part of that community. And I don't mean part of that community just being there. I mean get involved with baseball, with other events. Like I say, I do a back to school. One year we had from the barbershop down the street, they were coming giving haircuts to the kids out here. I had a dentist out here doing little, fast exams. An eye doctor out here. They brought their Dr. Williams. He brought his equipment out here. You have to, the other businesses have to learn that to succeed, I need the people in the community. Bolden Little League has a website, www.boldenlittleleague.com. I believe that every business in the neighborhood that they do business in should get involved. I'm a real believer in giving back to the neighborhood that I do business in, because without the people in the neighborhood, I wouldn't be anybody. My business wouldn't succeed. And I think the other businesses should feel the same way. So when someone asks, hey, can you, and I know there's a million people that come and ask for, can you help us with this? But you have to look at it and and help out the people in the neighborhood that you do business in. And I'm a strong believer in that, and I'll do that until I'm gone, is give back to the people that help me stay open, and that's my customers, and that's the people in my neighborhood, 89106.
So how can those businesses get in contact with Bolden Little League?
We have a website. It's www.boldenlittleleague.com, and there's a section you can click on for volunteers, or if you want to sponsor a team, you can get on there and you can get in touch with us. Our numbers are on there.
The community can get involved in various ways. One is participate in the fundraising efforts that we have coming up. But we have a fireworks booth coming online. There's other donations that they can participate in. and also support their kids when it comes time that they want to participate in sports that involves a police department or involves a police department as part of the organization. A lot of times there's a negative connotation that the police are part of it and they don't want to be associated with that. But that's where the parents come in and provide that leadership, if you will, that parenting to say, hey, join this league, be part of this team, be part of, be partnered with these individuals, the cops that are out there coaching. And when it comes time for donating your time, come out to the fields, watch these little kids play baseball, work the concession stands, or just merely come out to the support kids and they play baseball. The more fans and the more parents they see out in the stands will reinforce that we're doing it for the right reasons, and more kids will want to be part of that. I think as other kids start to see Bolden Little League start to develop and grow, you're going to start to see a lot more kids and parents want to participate in that. They can reach me here at Bolden Area Command, 1851 Stella Lake. Phone number is 702-828-3221. Or they can go on our Facebook page at LVMPD Bolden Area Command. And they can just come by the station and offer to volunteer or come out to our games. But anytime they want to just help volunteer, come out to the station. We have First Tuesdays in the area where they can come to the station every first Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and they can interact with myself and my other officers, and they can see opportunities and things.